This is week 2 of DiploNews. This is Friday, February 14th through Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Friday. In Palestine, Beirut International Airport rejected an Iranian plane from landing. And there were clashes between youth groups and the Israeli military in the West Bank. These were where the clashes happened. In Syria, there is an Alawite Syrian clash near Homs in Syria. This is where the clash happened. And also on the youth groups and Israeli military clash, the Israeli military carpet bombed the fucking area in tear gas. And I use carpet bomb literally. It turned the floor into tear gas. And in some minor news, U.S. President J.D. Vance denounced the EU hate speech laws, saying it violates free speech and it's uncool. And this happened in Munich. On Saturday, Ukraine said that they were not invited or informed about diplomatic talks that were taking place about the peace for Ukrainian war that has been going on for just under 3 years. In Palestine, Israel is discussing possible decisions regarding Hamas not releasing all hostages by 1200 local time. And the United States will back whatever decision Israel takes, especially since Hamas didn't release all of the hostages, only 3 as of last week. And the French president invited EU leaders to an emergency meeting on Friday in Paris. On Sunday, in Ukraine, there were minor graves in the Donbass, as seen here. And the United Kingdom, I remember them saying that live, they are willing to put troops in Ukraine in case of a peace deal being reached, to enforce it. In Palestine, and the reason why Beirut rejected the Iranian plane from landing was because Israel would airstrike the shit out of Beirut International Airport, specifically the runway, because supposedly it was carrying several $1 million in cash to be deposited for Hezbollah. Syria, the president of Syria visited Tartus and Latakia. Tartus is here, Latakia is here. On Monday, there were minor territorial changes in Ukraine. This is disputed. These 2 areas went to Russia, and this area was secured by Ukraine. And then there were more Israeli military and youth clashes across the West Bank. And in fact, this was the largest wave this week. And European leaders discussed in Paris, and Denmark denounced to Russia. I don't have any more information on the discussion in Paris. In Ukraine, they denounced the peace talks in Saudi Arabia because they weren't invited. But Russia and the United States are discussing. In Palestine, peace talks are broken down. Peace talks are broken down because of the hostage situation. Israel didn't like that. And Israel will stay in Lebanon indefinitely, although they didn't really hold that up. This was to help enforce the peace deal, the ceasefire. And on the peace talks, breaking down, the Israeli president, Benjamin Netanyahu, has been quoted as saying, either Hamas surrenders or our state surrenders. State referring to Israel. In the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, the M23 rebels, supported by Rwanda, have advanced into Bukavu. On Tuesday, Israel withdrew from Lebanon, except for one place. Why? No idea. Guys, no idea. But Hamas, in the ever-increasing tensions, refused Israeli demands to demilitarize or leave Gaza, saying that Palestinians will not be replaced. In America, Trump said there would be upwards of 25% and higher tariffs on certain goods. Pharmaceuticals are the higher tariffs. In Ukraine, President Zelenskyy announced peace talks again, and there were minor Russian gains in Zaporizhia. In Palestine, there are clashes between Israeli military and youth forces in the West Bank again. And Palestine, the Palestinian presidency has been quoted as saying, quote, the Palestinian people will not accept any plans, whether displacement or an alternative homeland. And the U.S. State Department, this is part of the U.S. states, the U.S. crises. The U.S. State Department has demanded all employees to suspensions to Trump critical media like The Economist, New York Times, Politico, Bloomberg, and the AP, among others. And a note about the State Department, because I've seen people mistake this, the State Department is not for domestic affairs. That is for, I believe that's internal department. I can't remember which one it is. But the State Department is for foreign affairs. And about the tri-mission employees on this image, that's basically all the workers that work for the State Department. So effectively, it's all the employees. And Trump has denounced the Ukrainian president, saying Zelenskyy, president of Ukraine, is a dictator without elections. On Thursday, the Russian occupation, the leader, has been fucking blown up in a car bomb. In Palestine, there were Hamas is suspected of violating the ceasefire agreement. They opened fire. And the French president said to modernize European armies and make them independent from the United States, because right now the United States has a lot of influence over Europe. And in the United States, when I read this, it was, wow. There was a suspicious package spotted near the U.S. Supreme Court. Take as you will. Those are my sources. I will have them in the description.